Okay, and so you can just adjust, go forward and backwards. There's no pointer, if that's all right. You can just point.
No, I don't need that.
And then you should be good.
Okay, thank you.
Let's go ahead and get started.
Sure.
All right,
Yes.
so I'll just do a real brief introduction. So thank you so much for joining us on a rainy, what's today, Tuesday already. I'm sure it's tempting to stay home, but it's always great to have in-person participation. We'll have some folks joining us on Zoom as well. So my name is Harry Emerson. I'm a hybrid program manager here at the COA, along with John Klimzak, who is doing all the technical stuff today. So we've been doing an environmental series. We started earlier this year. So today we're very happy to have Frank Dobek, who is the first vice president of the Friends of the Cape Cod National Seashore. So I was really excited to listen to this presentation today, because I think that's one of the main reasons most of us are here. One of the key reasons most of us are here is this really unique resource that we have. So Frank's going to talk a little bit about the organization and some of the upcoming programs and projects and how we can, what we all can do to help help the seashore. So without further ado, thank you, Frank.
Thank you. Well, we are the seashore, basically. This whole area is the National Seashore. Before I get started, let me introduce myself. I'm Frank Dobek. My wife and I purchased a place out here in 1989, way back when, and enjoyed coming here for time away. We retired here in 2004 and became active in different town committees. I was on the Open Space Committee, the Rec Committee, active in the Windmill Weekend Committee, and also in EFI. I'm presently president of EFI, and I think most of you are members of EFI. If you're not and interested in helping in any way, see me after the meeting, and we could get the information and line you up with one of our many flower gardens, the islands. But that's not why I'm here. I'm here to talk about the Friends of the National Seashore. Friends of the National Seashore is a nonprofit philanthropic organization that partners with the National Seashore to help them with projects and programs that they can't do on their own. We're an extension of the National Seashore. We were formed in 1987 and have participated in many things over the year. I hope to share with you many of the things that we've done and some of the things that we're going to be doing in the future. But let's start with let me see where it is. Okay. Can I work off of this?
You may be able to.
Okay.
Four.
There it was.
Let's make sure. Not responding. Just one
Sure.
second.
Okay.
We have another clicker. Maybe if you stop sharing. Well, then people
They
online,
can't
oh,
see
it's great. We have another clicker.
Well, it was working. You know. Okay. Okay, there we go.
Wow, there we go.
The magic thing.
All of the gloves.
Your thumb drive. Thank you. Okay, so one of the things we do is trails. There are 14 trails in the National Seashore. We help maintain them to keep them clear. If there's fallen branches or things, we clear them off. If there's excessive growth, we cut it up. We have about 40 people who take care of the 14 trails. 2 of them are in P-Town, 3 of them in Truro. There's 2 in Wellfleet, and there's 7 in East Hampton. So we have a very active area that we work on. Let's see if this works. Okay, good. First one is the Buttonbush Trail right next to the visitor center. It's a very popular trail. It's for sight impaired Therefore, the white stairs are there so that they can see the difference between the pavement and the stair. We've just installed there a new exhibit. If you've been there before, they've got the braille pads there on the trail. Some of them have either worn out or are no longer pertinent. One of them said, reach out and touch the tree. Well, the tree is no longer there. So that one was removed. And we put new ones in if you go there. They are nice in that the braille for the verbiage, but they have like a leaf and it's braille to do the formation of the leaf and the veins, the pine cone, etc. The trailhead has a similar thing so that you could feel the whole trail and someone who's sight impaired could actually see where they're going rather than just work with that. Nauset Marsh Trail, that's again one of the popular trails, goes from Salt Pond over through and back to the visitor center. Off of the Nauset Marsh Trail, we have the Cedar Banks Trail that goes to Dome Rock, and then the Dome Rock Trail that goes over to the Coast Guard Station. We have of course, the famous Red Maple Swamp Trail that is very, very popular. That is in line with the Fort Hill Trail and the Tenement House Trail, that short trail from Fort Hill over to the Tenement House. And of course, we can't take care of all the problems. When there's a major issue that we can't lift and move the board and work off, we contact the National Seashore, and usually within a week, they're there to remove the damage, any damage, so that we have a safe access to all the people who come through. This one happened last year on the Red Maple Swamp Trail, that during the winter, nature does what nature does. We also take care of the gardens behind the visitor center. This is a group of 19 people who came last April. What we did is we went through, and if you see the gardens behind us, it was overgrown, so you couldn't see out the windows. So we cleared a lot of it out. We cleared a lot of the weeds, the invasives, etc. They worked very hard cleaning everything out, moving everything out. And then there were some areas that had died. So one area, if you can see, plants had died out, so we bought new plants to put in, put mulch around, etc. And made it a little more palatable. Same with this, right behind this visitor center, you can see the weeds had taken over and everything else had died out. And so we planted some wintergreen plants in, and hopefully they'll survive better than the last batch too. Problem with this area is there's a large overhang, so it doesn't get much water. It gets a lot of sun because it faces south, but it doesn't get the water that's needed. We had 2 years ago, we did the Buttonbush Trail. Again, those timbers have to be painted white so that the sight impaired can see them rather than see the dirt. And that has to be done periodically. That paint wears off. It doesn't stay, especially in our environment. Off of the trail plan is the cut pile burn. Ivan Ace, a former resident of Eastham, helped start this program, where there's a group of people who go out every Tuesday in the winter time from October through April, cut, pile, and burn the brush that's there. Obviously, we have to wait until January to burn, but to do a preventative for future fires in the area. We don't want any wildfires like they have out in California in that area. So we clean the area out, burn the brush, the tinder, and make it safe for the whole environment. Dave Prairie was the fire management person for the seashore. Since he retired, we no longer run the program, but we were for a while doing cut and pile, no burn, because we didn't have a fire manager. So they renamed us the Woodchucks because we couldn't do the burning.
Are they gonna get a new one?
Supposedly it's supposed to have one online coming soon, or if not now, and then this group. We have a large group. This is us during the pandemic, because it was outside and because we could maintain a 6-foot distance easily. We continued to work, and with masks, of course. But we're hoping to get back and do a lot of management, because we had 40 people in the group who were willing to come out on snowstorms and everything else, and clearly we timber this, that is possible tinder for fires. Okay, before I go into the financial, our new program is to help repair or replace the stairs at Marconi Beach. If you remember, in September, we had a major 4-day nor'easter that just tore at the banks of the Cape. In the process, it took out 8 feet of the bank or the bluff at Marconi Beach and tore away the brand new staircase that they had just put in April. The seashore, if you notice, the Marconi Beach has nearly 250,000 people visit every year. So it's an important area. The seashore approached us to help or share the payment of this program, but we as an organization felt it was more important that they not cut the programs and the services that they have in order to fund this. And so we've started a fundraiser to raise $125,000 by February in order to replace the stairs and allow access and safe access for people.
Didn't they start work over there? Didn't they do like?
They're working on the boardwalk that's on top.
Okay.
Because those that haven't gone away too.
Okay.
Okay,
Hi,
yeah.
Frank, I was just wondering, they thought about an alternate model, like a stair that could be pulled up like.
They're looking at that, but right now it's, let's get things in.
So they're gonna do the same
They're doing a smaller downsized version of what they have.
of what they have at the landing down.
Yeah, yeah, but they just want to keep the access open.
Well, I understand that completely. It's a popular spot.
Okay. Any other? Okay. So what we do and what we've done for years is we funded the visitor center concerts every summer, throughout the summer, every Wednesday there's a concert, sometimes, every Tuesday there's a concert at the visitor center. So you're welcome to come and enjoy the air and the people around and the performers. So we do this and we do one at up in P-Town and on Wednesdays. So both are open to visitors, so you can just enjoy yourself. This is funded totally. Here are a couple of performers that appeared at the visitor center. Of course, the jazz group, and then there's this one fellow who came from Alaska, he's a songwriter, he shared some of the songs. So it's a diverse group of performers and performances. So you're more, again, I'm visiting in the summer, it's a free concert. It's paid for, but it's a free concert. Winter time, we fund the Winter Film Festival. For years, we've been funding the festival. This year, we start on January 26th, and the theme this year is going to be oceans. So the 26th, we have the documentary Oceans. February 2nd, Finest Hour, which is about the cat and rescue using the rescue boat that we had in Orleans and Rock Harbor. Pirates of the Caribbean is, I think, just for fun, and Close Encounters is just for fun. Into the Wild is a story about a young man who takes his bus and goes into the Alaskan wilderness and the things he encounters. And again, we're going to finish with whaling in there. So again, if you have nothing to do on a Sunday afternoon, and especially on a rainy or snowy Sunday afternoon, it's just close to your body, come visit. The shorebird interns, we've over the years have spent more than $100,000 funding the 4 interns that come every year that work with the National Seashore to do whatever research is necessary, safety which is necessary, and go learn a lot from their presentations. They go back to college, or they stay here, or join one of the park services. So they're valuable to us, and they're valuable. This is valuable to them. And of course, these are the birds that require our areas to live, etc. Pond maintenance, we spent $10,000 of the $20,000 that they have for a pond maintenance program that they worked out, where they would clear out some of the areas for access, put new native plantings in, and enhance the area for the benefit of all. Of course, Tenement House. We supplied 100,000 of the 200,000 needed to restore and repaint the particular house. So our monies are always used for something to replenish, repair, and enhance. Red Maple Swamp. If you remember years ago, the Red Maple Swamp was closed out. That boardwalk was closed out. Finally, when I believe someone from Eastham started the program to get it going, we added $25,000 into whatever the Eastham town had put in, and it was restored, and now it's accessible to all. We just don't think they should be closed down that one. White Cedar Swamp. We supplied 25,000 and raised another 50,000 to have 75,000 for the repair and replacement of the White Cedar Swamp up in Wellfleet. Again, this is a 2,500 feet boardwalk that goes through the swamp, and a lot of people do come and enjoy it. Old Harbor Restoration, Old Harbor Station. We helped pay for the restoration of that. We paid 180,000 over 2 years to help restore and replenish the house to that. Dick Ryder's not here. He was crucial in doing this particular thing. Again, with the station, they now have the life-saving demonstration. They go through the demonstration of what they did at ships, where they shoot the line out to the boat and rescue the people out of the boat and they swim. Excellent. I think it's every Sunday. That was down for a while. We finally have a gunner or a cannoneer who can shoot the arrow to get to the boat. Annual Science Symposium. Every September, we have a science symposium at the seashore, where scientists from the nation come. They listen to talks from various people who've done research within the park and share their information with others. It's open to the public, so you're welcome to come. Obviously, you can see that people just come at random. You can listen to different talks. Just watch what happens at the visitor center. They'll give you the details in September. Oh, and there's also a sign out on Route 6 that tells you it's there. The 2013 sequestration, the government shut down. It didn't shut down, it cut funding to a lot of programs. So we paid 25,000 to keep the P-Town Visitor Center open for the summer. Because the funds were cut for a lot of programs, and this was one that we thought was important for the funding. And again, back to the Cape Symphony. For years, we spent between 50 and 20,000 a year to bring in the Cape Symphony and do production. Obviously, you can see here, it's very popular with 2,000 to 3,000 people attending and enjoying an evening out with music, and it's free entertainment. And of course, the final performance 2 years ago, Young Hopak, this was his last performance on Cape. And he was kind enough to help us with the following, the next video, which highlights everything I told you and a little bit more. So let's see if we could link up to this. Okay, there it is. Now, okay. How do I do it?
We are the fundraising partner for the Cape Cod National Seashore. Through his vision, John F. Kennedy signed the bill establishing the Cape Cod National Seashore on August 7th, 1961. Friends fund summer lectures and performances at the Salt Pond Visitor Center. Friends raised $75,000 for repairs to the Atlantic White and Cedar Swamp Trail in Wellfleet. Friends funded over Friends co-sponsored the annual Heron Cove concerts. Friends co-sponsored the beloved Cape Symphony Summer Concert at Salt Pond Visitor Center. Join and donate. Enjoy the satisfaction of making a real difference. Assure our beautiful natural treasure for now and in the future, the Cape Cod National Seashore. Join the Friends of the Cape Cod National Seashore today. Membership starts at $35 a year. Please help us make a difference and support our efforts. Donate today via the Friends link in the program notes or the donation boxes at the entrances. For more information, please visit www.fccns.org.
Okay, and that's what I have to say. Any questions?
I got one.
Yeah,
What is happening with the fire department in the seashore? I mean, they used to have a fire department, right?
right.
They no longer do.
They have some people working on, the fire department, not formally, like, not as many people. And they're working with that because fires are an important thing. We have to be careful.
Are you the only group doing maintenance right now? Because I
Yeah.
never see anybody.
Well, the fire department has a trails maintenance. Andy Ives is their trail maintenance person, and he's done quite a bit. Dave's been working quite a bit around. They're doing a replacement of the boardwalk up at, Marconi Beach. They did some work at the visitor center, they redid the stairs going down to Salt Pond, if you've been there recently. And a couple of others, you can always see when they've been working up at Fort Hill too. So they've done different things. But yeah, we're the eyes for them and the minor cleanup for them. If there's a major problem, they take care of it. And we're not empowered to run heavy equipment and things like that. Anything else?
How do you decide, like if you didn't do some of those projects in the seashore, just wouldn't do them? And would get done?
Possible. What happens is the superintendent proposes several projects for us that they would like to have funded. We go through them and decide which ones are the most meaningful, and then we'll choose those particular, like the stairway. I think it's crucial when you think of the numbers of 250,000 people visiting that site and using that site. And then also in addition to that, they bring in over $300,000 at the gate. So that helps fund the lifeguards and different other things like that. And they could answer the questions like that more than I could, but it's an important venue, and that's why we're staying with that particular one.
Where does your money come from? Does it come from like grants or all donations?
Well, there's a couple, it's all, right now, it's donations. We have, I think, close to 30,000 donated, and we've only been running for 2 weeks. They came up to us in August or October after the storms. We decided to start up in November. By the time we got things going with Thanksgiving, and then we opened up after Thanksgiving. So in 2 weeks, we got quite a few. And there are a couple of groups that have contacted us and are interested, but we haven't heard back from them formally. Yeah, we're hoping. Yeah, because it's an important area.
Yeah.
And if it does, doesn't open, they're gonna come to Easton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my question. If you don't get the 125 for the stairs,
Yeah,
the seashore,
I think the seashore is committed to do it, but they would have to cut
they would have to cut out
programs
some
and
programs
services.
because it's too big a venue to shut
Yeah,
down.
right. It's an important venue for
Yeah,
everyone.
right.
I think they're gonna work in-house to keep the cost down.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's the main issue. So,
That's, like John DeBoe's group and
Yeah.
Andy's group.
Yeah. Yes,
Does the money, like from the beaches and everything, parking fees, does that all stay within the
No.
seashore?
that goes to the federal government, and then it's seeded back according to what. I don't know the details of it, but we get a part of it and then use that in terms of what we can use.
The tight budget for them is my understanding, very tight.
Very well, they didn't get an increase in budget, so they didn't lose money. But contractually, they have more expenses because of, payments. They have to pay.
Right.
They get pay raises.
Yeah, right.
So we didn't lose, but
Yeah.
we lost.
We did lose, yeah.
So to cut further is just that. Yeah.
I have a comment to make about the staircase down there. I know the need for it, off the beach and, I think, just recently I walked down beach to the area where the staircase used to be.
Mhm.
I didn't see the new one in place, but when I got down there, I knew that heard that it got moved. Washington was great, and there's only just one section that's still intact. That's a little bit north of where it would have been. But again, it was just built and already was lost, so I know the need for it, but it's sort of like a inevitable that whatever they build there next is gonna, it's the same thing's gonna happen to it.
Yep,
And my big comment is that on my return trip back up on Hollow, I found a debris field. And everything, that all the boards and everything, the stair stringers and everything are just spread out. Covered some places with sand, but it's a pile of wood, with a lot of nails sticking out of it. So it's not a safe thing, and I don't know,
I don't know.
again, it's not right in the beach area now. But, you know, any storm can wash in and then take that out and send it someplace else. So it is a hazard. But I think my biggest takeaway, since I do have some experience in carpentry and home building, it didn't, to me, from the debris that I saw there, didn't look like it was really built all that robustly. And, you know,
Yeah.
maybe even if it had been, I mean, I know a lot of money was spent to build it and maybe it had a little complexity to it, but it was just a staircase, and even if it had been built more robustly, you know, any storm could damage it, but I mean, it can be washed away.
Right.
And it's down the beach now, and it's just a bunch of new wood with a bunch of nails sticking out of it,
Yeah.
so, you know.
Yeah, we had that over in also Light Beach, I think it was 5 times, you know, and I believe, this is just my opinion, that the seashore is much better, you know, suited to get emergency repair money as opposed to, you know, redoing the stairs because they're not constructed, you know, to a good, you know, I guess level that they won't fall down again. And then we ended up at North Beach, my understanding was there's no more funding for emergency repairs, and there's a path now. So there's no more.
Well, again, there's no easy answer, but, you know, I know the need for it. And,
Yeah, it may happen, it may not. The last stairs lasted 5 years. These stairs are just by chance washed away, in months. This, April, when we had the major storm out here, or last April, when we had the major storm out here, if you walk the, Nauset Marsh Trail, there were dockings that just washed up on the trail. Cause we don't know who it belongs to, but it came from somewhere out in the mountains. It's just, they finally cut it up and took it out of there. And I guess they could do the same thing with these others there. They just have to be aware of where they are. You know, again, they don't walk the beach like you do.
yeah, well, they, you know, the.
If you let me know where it is,
There were 4x4s going up down the beach, and,
let me know where it is and I'll inform the.
well, I guess it's just north of, because it came down from Con Hollow and, road there.
So it's up near the
Beach,
Hollow.
and, well, it's still south of the,
Yeah,
the, Marconi,
oh, south of Marconi.
well, of the location there, where the towers would be.
The
It's
station,
south of that, but it's north of the beach area.
so it's between the station and
Yeah,
where
yeah,
the beach is.
Exactly, yeah.
So I'll let them know. I don't know if
Yeah.
they could do anything or what they could do.
Well,
But,
it's,
yeah,
there's a lot of wood.
Yeah.
You know, it's just laying there, but it's the
Yeah.
nails that are really the
Okay.
problem. And,
Do you know what's preventing them from doing another path there, like they did at Nauset Light?
the terrain,
well, yeah,
the terrain, there's no downslope.
There's no,
Someone said there is a downslope, and, but if I looked at the map, I think there's one way down, but it's like a quarter mile, half mile down
is it
through the
towards
woods,
Marconi Station maybe?
toward LeCount.
Oh, the other way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah, there is a place where there's like a path cut through there, but
Yeah.
it's not
It's
by the beach.
It's a long walk to
It's not suitable for all.
Right.
a lot of people,
correct,
so-
correct. Yeah. but, you know, we try.
I guess they said that there's munitions still buried
That
there
is-
somewhere.
That's some of the problem. It wasn't Air Force Base. I think it was Air Force, but it was a base at one
I'll be
time.
there.
And there's some live munition still,
Sure.
we don't know where it is. And so you don't wanna dig in. You don't wanna dig in.
Nails are the least of our worries.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Thanks for everything you do, man.
Okay.
Thanks.
That's great.
Okay,
Thank
well,
you.
thank you for inviting. Yeah. Are there any questions from the home people or?
I asked all my folks online, and so far we don't have any questions.
Okay,
So,
okay, so you don't wanna leave them out either.
no, I've already asked, if they have any questions, but thank you for thinking of that, and, don't see any in the chat, so.
Okay.
Thank you, Frank, thank you.
Thank you.
So much.
Yeah, I get to look at
You know, Frank, I got a fundraiser letter, and now I didn't send in my money right now. So I don't have the address. Is the address for me to send the money for the stairs in
Yeah.
here? Because
Yeah,
I didn't do it when I got it.
yeah. And we have a new post